Have you ever felt it, that quiet, undeniable pull that tells you someone's thinking about you, even when they're miles away? That lingering thought, those little signs that make your heart skip a beat, they're not coincidences. Today, we're diving deep into the secret ways she shows she's thinking about you 110%. By the end of this video, you'll see the subtle signs you've been missing. The moments that reveal her mind is never far from you. Watch closely, because this might just change how you understand connection forever. Comment below where you're watching from, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's unlock this together. Have you ever noticed how someone's actions can speak louder than words? It's fascinating, really, because what she does often reveals far more about what she's thinking than anything she could ever say out loud. The way she reaches out to you, even in the smallest moments, carries meaning. A simple text at the right time, a thoughtful message about something she remembered you said weeks ago, or even the way she laughs at your jokes. These are all signals. They are subtle, yes, but consistent patterns emerge when someone truly has you on their mind. It's important to understand that this isn't about overanalyzing or reading too much into every little thing. It's about noticing what is consistent and deliberate. When her behavior reflects attentiveness, when she remembers the little things that most people would forget, that's her mind circling around you, quietly and persistently. These are the footprints of thought, the invisible threads connecting her mind to yours, often without her even realizing she's doing it. The psychology behind it is simple, yet profound. Humans are wired to pay attention to what matters to them. If someone is thinking about you, it shapes their day. Their actions become extensions of their thoughts. They might initiate conversations, not because they have to, but because something about you lingers in their mind. They might check in on you, even when there's no real reason, because you occupy a space in their heart that is active and alive. Philosophically, this is even more intriguing. Thoughts are the precursors to reality. What someone thinks often manifests in what they do. Her actions are the outward expression of an inner world that revolves around you. And when you begin to see the pattern, the way she adjusts her schedule, the way she makes space for you, the way she seeks connection, it becomes impossible to ignore. This is the language of care, the language of thought made tangible. The key is to stay present and observant. Notice her gestures, notice her attentiveness, notice the moments she makes you feel seen, even when no one else is around. These are the markers of someone who is thinking about you deeply, 110%. Don't dismiss them as coincidences or overthink them as games. See them for what they are, proof that you are important in her mind, that your presence lingers in her thoughts in ways both quiet and profound. And so, when you next pause and reflect on her actions, recognize their significance. Actions are rarely random. They are the shadows of thought, the footprints of attention, the whispers of a mind captivated by you. If you choose to observe carefully, to honor these signals, you'll gain clarity not just about her, but about the depth of human connection itself. So watch closely, feel deeply, and let the truth her actions reveal guide you. You'll see more than you ever imagined. Have you ever noticed how energy can be felt, even when nothing is said? There's a subtle, almost imperceptible current that flows from one person to another, and when someone is thinking about you, it often shows in the energy they carry. It's not just about excitement or joy in the moment. It's a deeper, more consistent presence. She might seem extra thoughtful, more engaged, or somehow more attuned when she's around you. These aren't coincidences. They are reflections of a mind preoccupied, a heart invested, a soul quietly weaving you into the fabric of her day. When someone has you in their thoughts constantly, it influences how they move through the world. You might notice it in small gestures, the way she pauses to send you a message, the way she remembers details that others might overlook, or even the way her mood subtly lifts when you're mentioned. This is not always conscious. Often, she isn't thinking about signaling her attention to you. It simply flows naturally because you occupy a space in her mind that shapes her emotional landscape. This is the power of emotional energy. It broadcasts without words. Psychologically, humans are wired to reflect the things that matter most to them. Thoughts and feelings aren't isolated. They ripple outward into behavior, speech, and presence. If she's thinking about you consistently, her emotional energy aligns with yours in ways that feel both intimate and unspoken. It might show as eagerness in her voice, a lightness in her laughter, or a subtle responsiveness that makes you feel seen in ways no one else does. These signals, while delicate, are undeniable once you learn to recognize them. There's a philosophical depth to this as well. Emotional energy is, in a sense, a living connection between minds. When she's carrying thoughts of you, it's like an invisible thread stretching across distance and time, linking her day to yours. It's not about obsession or overthinking. It's about genuine attention and presence. This energy is a testament to her focus, a reflection of the significance you hold in her inner world. And when you start noticing this, you begin to understand that connection is more than proximity. It's the ongoing resonance of two minds attuned to each other. The key is to become aware, to observe without judgment, to notice how she carries herself, how her mood and gestures subtly shift when you're present or even when you're not. Emotional energy is rarely accidental. It is a living, breathing expression of thought, revealing the depth of her attention and care. When you recognize it, you gain clarity not through words, but through the patterns of presence, through the quiet ways she signals her preoccupation with you. So, the next time you sense that intangible pull, that warmth, that subtle attentiveness, understand it for what it truly is. Emotional energy doesn't lie. It whispers the truth of her thoughts, her feelings, her focus. When you feel it, honor it. Recognize it, let it guide you, because it is one of the clearest, most profound signs that she is thinking about you fully, completely, 110%. Sometimes, the most powerful messages are never spoken. There's a depth to human connection that goes beyond words, beyond texts and calls, into the realm of silent communication. When she's thinking about you constantly, it shows in ways that cannot be easily faked or ignored. A glance that lingers just a little too long, a smile that reaches her eyes, a timing that feels deliberate but effortless. All of these are forms of communication. These are the subtle cues that reveal the mind's preoccupation, that whisper without saying a single word that you occupy her thoughts. Body language is one of the clearest windows into this unspoken world. The way she leans in when you speak, the way she mirrors your gestures, or the way her posture shifts when you're near, these are signals that speak louder than any text. It's not manipulation, it's the natural flow of attention and interest. Humans are wired to express what matters to them through physical presence. When she's focused on you, her body tells the story that her words may not even fully capture. Watching these subtle interactions is like reading between the lines of her mind, understanding the thoughts that she may not even realize she is expressing. Even the timing of her communication carries significance. A message sent without prompting, a call initiated just when you need it most, or a seemingly random check-in can all be reflections of thoughtfulness and intention. These are not coincidences. They are manifestations of focus, care, and presence. Philosophically, it's a reminder that connection is not just verbal. It's energy, rhythm, and timing. The universe of her attention extends outward in these small, deliberate acts, and if you learn to observe carefully, you will begin to see a consistent pattern of her thoughts directed toward you. Humans are storytellers, not just with words, but with presence. She tells the story of her attention through the nuances of behavior, the shared laughter, the inside jokes, the moments of spontaneous care. These are the invisible threads of connection that reveal her mind is active with thoughts of you. When you recognize these signs, you realize that being thought of deeply is not always loud or obvious. It's quiet, layered, and often subtle, yet profoundly impactful. So, the next time you notice these small signals, don't dismiss them as chance or coincidence. They are the language of attention, the proof of thought, and the quiet but undeniable evidence that she is thinking about you, fully, consistently, 110%. Observe, feel, and appreciate these moments, because they are the bridges between minds, the whispers of connection, and the undeniable signs that you matter deeply to her. In the end, it is in these silent, unspoken expressions that the truth of her focus and care becomes unmistakable, and it's up to you to recognize it, honor it, and respond with the awareness it deserves.